I'm in the office getting some work done before some adventures that we have later this evening commence. And I don't know if you noticed, but I am reporting from a brand new camera and I am so excited about it. It's so crisp and clear and I love having a new tech toy. I definitely just get giddy over it. And I'm so thankful to be partnering with Best Buy for this portion of today's video. Way back when I was in college, I remember it being such a huge deal to me when I first bought or purchased my first DSLR camera to continue to pursue videography and YouTube. So this truly feels like a full circle moment and I'm beyond grateful. My first DSLR camera was actually a Canon and it's not even sold anymore, but I'm so excited to be upgrading to the Canon EOS R10. This is a stunning camera. If you or anyone you know is interested in videography or vlogging, starting a YouTube channel, or just capturing memories, I feel like this is a beautiful camera to consider. It has so many incredible features and I purchased the whole kit. So I have the Canon EOS R10 and I also purchased a microphone and tripod so I can really upgrade my whole vlogging set. It has been a joy so far. I picked it up at Best Buy with their in-store pickup, which is just such a convenient option if you have a Best Buy near you, but they also have fast delivery options and they also have best prices all around with price match guarantee. I found the Canon EOS R10 to be really incredible for both photo and video, which for what I do personally, I absolutely use both. So really thankful that this camera has the best of both worlds. And the tripod is really neat too because it actually comes with a handheld remote. And this is something that I use often if I'm trying to capture Instagram photos or if we're out and about traveling and there's no one with us to take a family portrait, then I can use the remote to do a self timer and it just saves me a lot of back and forth of having to, okay, do the 10-second countdown and then run over back into the picture. So I love that this has a remote and this tripod moves in every single which way. It's super convenient, especially for vlogging because you can turn the camera one ways and backwards and do all these funky angles, which when I'm creating content, I love to focus on really telling a story by showing different angles and different points of views and perspectives. So I love that this tripod can help me do that. The tripod is also great because as I'm using it right now, I have it extended to be a tripod, a tabletop tripod. So that's what I use endlessly as I'm creating these videos because it's incredibly handy, but you can also use it as a handheld tripod, which is great just to kind of steady your arm and hand as you are moving and grooving throughout the day trying to capture content. I also love using an external microphone to really capture that crisp, clear audio quality, especially for videos like baking or cooking or gardening. Being able to capture those natural sounds that occur in those moments, I feel like really helps take the viewer and the audience to the moment. So I love having an external microphone and this one's great because it's a shoe mounted wired external mic and it also has a windscreen. So basically a windscreen is that fuzzy funky looking thing that goes over the microphone and what this does is help eliminate wind sound and unwanted sound. So it looks really cute and fuzzy, but it also is extremely practical and takes that audio quality to the next level. I'm sure it's extremely apparent that I am quite enthusiastic about this camera setup I have, and if you would like to look into these cameras or accessories, I'll link all of the information and where you can find it at Best Buy in the description. But thank you again to Best Buy for sponsoring, and let's wrap up the rest of our work and then see what else the day brings. Also, I ordered these little leaf clips, or I guess you could call them clips, and these are intended for our Swiss cheese plant we have over here. It has these beautiful vines that I just adore. I think it's so gorgeous, and the way it just continually wants to crawl among something. The plan is to use those little clips to encourage it to grow upward. So I love how they match, or they're designed to kind of camouflage within a plant. So we'll play around with this, and the vision one day is to have each little vine and strand kind of go around this sunshine mirror. this plant progress as of October 2022. I should try to remember to take photographs periodically so that we can see the progression of growth. That's always just really fascinating to see how much these plants grow so quickly. So I'm excited to continue see it grow along the wall, and I already love the look of it. And the plant clips could not be more subtle. I love just how camouflaged they are, and I only had to use 2, but of course the rest will come in handy as it continues to grow. I actually woke up extra early because I needed to finish my book for book club this evening. So I woke up at 5 a.m., cozied up on the couch with coffee, and devoured this book. I had about 150 pages left, which I've mentioned this before, but I don't consider myself a quick reader. I like to truly digest every single sentence of a book. So I was getting a little worried that I wasn't going to finish, but we did, and this was a fabulous read. It's Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I found it to be so witty and well crafted and artfully written. I feel like the author just did such a great job to weave in all the different storylines and theming and messaging, and I adored the protagonist, Elizabeth. I couldn't really relate to her on many levels, which I feel like with a protagonist that you love, oftentimes you may really relate to them and feel seen by them, and that wasn't really the case for me and this protagonist, but there were some just storylines and themings that I really related to and found solace in those shared experiences with this character. So that's always a pleasure, and I'm just really excited to have a conversation tonight about it. This book made me laugh, it made me cry, which to me is a telltale sign of a beautiful and fabulous read. So excited for book club later. I will say there are many adult conversations and trigger warnings that go along with this book, so I highly encourage anyone who's interested in reading it to research those topics beforehand, because of course it can be more difficult for certain people in their circumstances. So keep that in mind, but I'm really glad we read this one. Also, I ended up purchasing the hardcover book because it wasn't available at our library. It's definitely a hot commodity since it's quite popular these days. And when I purchased it, I found it peculiar that the hardcover edition was 20 cents cheaper than the paperback. I don't know if that was a special sale or something, but I would have assumed that the paperback would be less expensive because it seems, cheaper to manufacture, but the hardcover was less expensive. So I just looked it up, why may that be, and oftentimes apparently it's because the publisher printed so many hardcover copies and they're selling more paperback and they just kind of want to recoup the sales cost. But I just thought that was interesting, but I'm honored to own a copy because I did really enjoy it. We are on the move. I'm about to run out the door to run a few errands before book club, and Brandon made me a latte this afternoon that's so yummy, but clearly I haven't drinking too much of it, so I'm gonna turn it into an iced latte for the road. And our agenda is, first I want to go to an antique store that I really love. I've purchased some gorgeous glassware there in the past, and I'm specifically looking for teacups. I'm hosting 2 baby showers in November, one at the beginning of November, one at the end of November, and for both of them, they're brunch, so we would love to do a teacup situation to serve tea and coffee to accompany brunch. So I have a few teacups already, but I would love to expand the collection and have a cute little hodgepodge of beautiful glassware to serve the drinks in. So we'll look for that, and I'd also love to look for any beautiful vintage Christmas decor, and it's always just such a treat to explore an antique store. So we're gonna do that, and then we're also gonna go to Trader Joe's, get some random goodies. I packed some ice packs so we can keep everything cool and fresh while we're at book club. So that's what's on the agenda. Let's get on the road. Back to our coffee spilling days. from our adventures, and I'm going to show you the antique treasures we found tomorrow morning because it's tired. It's tired. I'm tired, clearly. But I will show you what I picked up from Trader Joe's as I put everything away. So we have lots of snacks. We have people coming over this weekend, so wanted to stock up on some snacks. These dark chocolate covered pretzels are phenomenal. And I tried these pretzels in the car. They're the honey wheat pretzel sticks, and they're not my favorite. They're good. Like, I'll eat them, but they're not gonna be a repeat snack from Trader Joe's. This white cheddar corn puffs, so delicious. It's like pirate's booty, if you've heard of that snack. These corn dippers, also phenomenal. And I got some of the elote corn or yogurt dip to accompany those corn dippers. And then some little pumpkins because I have a fun little DIY we're going to try to do tomorrow with these. I might use this one, or I might use this one, or I did get one more. So we're going to play around with these, but regardless, they're adorable to have on the countertop. Some crackers for hosting, this nice cracker assortment. Oh, I got 2 packs of these. They're that good. Some coffee, which we have turned into a bit of coffee, not connoisseurs. You can't even say coffee connoisseurs, but I do prefer getting locally roasted coffee, but we have a very low amount and I didn't have time to run to the coffee shop today. So just got a little jar of, or can of coffee from Trader Joe's. Got a couple cans of pumpkin because I go through this pretty quickly. And I just like to have a stash of pumpkin all throughout the year. But of course in the autumn time, it's a lot more prevalent and readily available. So I like to just keep some handy. Got some hot cocoa for hosting, salted caramel hot cocoa. And then this is interesting. It's a new spice blend they have. New to me. Maybe it's not new in general, but it's the Everything But the Leftovers seasoning blend, which is a nod to Thanksgiving. And I read the spices on the back. That's part of the blend. And it's dehydrated onion, sea salt, yeast, salt, ground black pepper, turmeric powder, dried celery seed, ground sage, rosemary powder, dried thyme, dried parsley. Sounds delicious. And then I also got this fall edition kombucha that I was sipping on this afternoon, and it is delightful. I really enjoy it. I also got a pack of these sparkling green apple waters just to have on hand. I'm excited and curious to try green apple flavored sparkling water. I don't think I've ever had that flavor before, so I think it'll be yummy. Then we have some spiced cider. This is delicious. And then we have chocolate. We always love to get our chocolate bars from Trader Joe's. Not always. We have other brands we really like at other grocery stores, but those are 2 of our favorites. And then cheese. We have this cheddar cheese with chili and red peppers, and then this English coastal cheddar cheese, and this is a repeat cheese, the Toscano cheese dusted with cinnamon. And then 2 unexpected cheddars. And this pepita salsa is divine. Look how creamy and just beautiful that color is. It's really nice. And then I also got these little pumpkin mousse chocolates. We tried these for the autumn taste test, and they're good, but I mainly got them for hosting. They're not like something I'm craving, but I think they're just adorable to have on a hosting platter. I got a pomegranate, which I'm excited about. I love pomegranate. And then the yogurt dip I shared or mentioned, and then the vegan buffalo dip, also for hosting. So that is our plethora of goodies, and like I said, I'll show you the antiques I found. Oh, there were so many beautiful pieces, and I would have spent a lot more time there, but they were closing really soon, so I only had about 25 minutes, but it is truly so fun to browse the shelves and everything. But also book club was really nice, and again, I really enjoyed the book, so that's always a plus, but it's also just a treat to get together with the ladies and share our different experiences and musings. it's just really nice. I really, really enjoy it, and I'm just so thankful. Today I've been feeling a lot more inspired. I feel like the past, I don't know how long, I don't know to put a time frame on it, but I've just been feeling a little less confident or just a bit more insecure and unsure of myself, and I feel like that's due to some outside perspectives that I let get in my head who don't even know me. And you know, when you put your life online, it does open you up to many, many opinions, which I don't even like to mention negative feedback, because I feel like it just comes with the territory, and it's a very normal thing, and I'm so beyond grateful for everyone who spreads or just shares kindness towards me. It really just means a whole lot to me, but I just have been taking things a little too personally that truly don't matter and are not a reflection of who I am, just like brief little opinions. So I feel like that's just been something I've been trying to digest and get better at, but I'm beyond grateful to feel this kind of refreshness and burst of inspiration, and I'm gonna cling to it for as long as I can, but I'll see you all in the morning. Hello. It is time for our short but sweet antique haul. Like I said, I wasn't able to browse around as much as I would have loved to, since there are so many treasures, but we did find a few in our limited time. So the first is this gardener's organizer, and if you've watched any of my garden videos before, maybe you've seen that I already have a garden journal, but it's just a standard notebook that I claimed to be my garden journal. And when I saw this, it was just calling my name. I find it to be so precious and a really great tool to organize all of the garden supplies, because of course it's intentionally made for that purpose. So there's some wisdom, and it's amazing because I didn't notice any writing, which sometimes it's fun to see little notes from someone else, but this looks like no one has ever used it before. It's in great condition. I also was trying to figure out what year it was published or when it was created, but I do not see any info on that. But there's a section for you to keep your seeds too, your extra seed packets, which is really handy because I don't have a seed organizer. So this is the seed sleeve. And then there's places to add notes with the cutest little details, illustrated details. So we have lots of pages for that. And then our garden's history. So this is a really useful place and tool to kind of keep track of what's worked in your garden and what hasn't, so you can learn from past experiences. So more spots to write down notes. And then our garden's plans, so you can map out what you plan to plant, and then plant finder. And every one of these tabs has a little envelope section, which is great. Our future garden, it is just so cute. So I need to take my current notebook and write down any notes that I currently have, add it to this, and then I can use that notebook for something else. But I just thought this was such a sweet find. And I wanted to read the back because I just thought it was really charming. It says, "This beautiful organizer gives every gardener a much needed place to put all of those scraps of information on favorite plants, sowing dates, task reminder times, plans for future, places to visit, and much more. The organizer includes pockets for filling and pages for filling with garden notes and plans, plus an inspiring guide to every aspect of gardening packed with tips and hints." So cute. I'm so excited about this. And then two seasonal things. I didn't end up getting any teacups, of course. The first seasonal thing is an autumn dish. It's a vintage pumpkin pie plate. I mean, I just think this is so cute. So I'll probably bake something bake a pumpkin pie in here. I just feel like I should. But also, even more so, I plan to just use it as a serving tray and probably try to pick something to serve on it where you can still kind of see the writing peeking through, because I just think it's so precious. And then the last two items came in a pair, and this is a Christmas find. I would say that the Christmas decor aspect, I don't know how to describe it, but what I'm most drawn to is gingerbread men and women, gingerbread in general for Christmas decor. I just find gingerbread to be so cute. So we have these salt and pepper shakers, and I mean, they're just so sweet. I think I don't really use salt and pepper shakers. Like we currently don't have, well, we have salt and pepper grinders like that you twist and it comes out, but we don't have shakers. So it's mainly for decor, but I'll also add some salt and pepper for the table. But those are our finds. And now we have one last thing on the agenda that I want to do together, and that is making our afternoon latte. And we are gonna quite literally make a pumpkin spice latte. And what I mean by that is that we are going to carve one of these pumpkins. I'm still deciding. I think I'm gonna end up doing this one just because it'll give us the most space and room. But we are gonna carve it and make our latte, or use this as our mug for the afternoon. So let's see how this turns out. It looks really cute in my head, but let's see if we can bring that vision into fruition. Okay, it's time for our taste test. Drinking a latte out of an actual pumpkin is totally not practical. I think this is gonna be kind of tricky, honestly, but this is just making me giggle. I think it's so fun. Okay, it's really good. I mean, I was thinking I would taste a little bit more of a pumpkin flavor just because the flesh of the pumpkin is very much still there. And I'm sure the longer it sits, the more of that it'll kind of shine through, but pretty much just tastes the same as it normally does. But this was a very fun activity and just a festive way to spice up the coffee routine, which we're always trying to do around here. But thank you all so much for watching and spending time with me over the past couple of days. I love and appreciate you all so much and cannot wait to see you next. Bye!